Ellie Joy Pony and welcome to the Monster Report. My name is Ellie Joy Pony and today is Box Day!
All right, Ellie, welcome to Box Day. Are you excited?
Yes!
What do we have today?
We have this.
We've got some He-Man figures, right? You don't know them, do you?
No.
That's okay. What wave is this?
Wave 4.
Wave 4, we do know that. Okay, so we've got this guy you were really interested in. What's his name?
Tri-Klops.
Tri-Klops. And we have the bad guy.
I forgot.
He's a bad guy too, Tri-Klops. Hordak.
Hordak.
He's on the She-Ra series.
Okay.
Yeah. What's his name?
He likes the same thing.
Yeah, they fly in the air. What's their names?
Stratos.
Stratos and
I don't know what that is.
Ninjor.
Ninjor.
Yeah, some of these are not really familiar to you, are they? You've
They're
never
just
seen
this
them.
one and this one.
Yeah, not all of them, right? So we're gonna get Wave 4 unboxed here in just a minute and review them and tell you what we think about them. But like always, like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell, and keep up on what's happening with the Monster Report. We've got all kinds of He-Man figures and Godzilla stuff in the near future, and we're gonna get them unboxed. So, of these 4, which one would you like to unbox first?
This one.
Tri-Klops? You were really excited about Tri-Klops, weren't you? Tri-Klops is pretty cool looking, isn't he?
Yeah, and he can turn his head.
Yeah? Why is it that, was it because of that you really wanted to unbox him first?
I wanted to see if he could turn his head, and on the back said that he could.
Yeah, okay. I think I used to have a Tri-Klops when I was a kid. I think so.
Really?
I think it's not quite like the Origins. They were a little different. The Origins is trying to look a lot like the vintage line. I'm vintage. Daddy's vintage. I come from the days when these toys, were new toys way back. Way back in the early 1980s. All right.
Like we're on the moon.
On the moon? Okay. If I remember right, the old Tri-Klops had metal that was on his head instead of this plastic, this molded plastic. And so, the Origins, it's going to be kind of interesting seeing how they recreate, how his head spins around, right?
Yeah, really interesting.
So he's got himself a very, very green sword. And I'm trying to do this in a way that I won't have to fight with the green screen while we do this. So we're going to see how good of an editor Daddy is when we cut this all together and get it ready for YouTube out there.
YouTube!
So, all right. So we've got Tri-Klops unboxed, and his eyes spin around there. Very cool. He's got himself a red eye. Actually, he's got kind of 2 red eyes. One looks like he didn't put any contact lens solution in. He's got dry eyes. And then he's got a blue eye. And all of his eyes, you remember, they have different weapons, And let's get his sword out of here, and then I'll have you take a look at him while I get the mini comic out. Because we've got a Wave 4 mini comic now.
Oh, mini comic or a picture?
No, it should be mini comics, because the Mattel Origins, or the Masters of the Universe Origins line, they have all new mini comics.
Mini comics?
Yes.
I can't wait.
Yeah, you're gonna look at them, and the nice thing is, I've got 4, so I can give a couple of you kids the mini comics to take a look at. And he's got a sword that fits in his right hand. Very cool looking sword there. There's Tri-Klops. Tell me what you think of him. I know you were excited to see him.
I have a eye. I'm mad at you. I'm definitely mad at you.
Definitely mad, yeah. So it's like he's got different emotions with his eyes, right?
I'm very mad at you.
Yep.
I know.
normal. Oh, his head turns around a lot. I'll show you the mini comic there real quick. Sneak attack.
Why does he only have one eye?
Look, instructions. What do we
We
do with
don't
instructions?
read the instructions. Can I rip it?
I don't care what you do with the instructions. So,
I'm gonna rip it.
oh, don't worry about it. Just throw it over there. Okay.
No.
So, what do you think of Tri-Klops?
Well, it's cool that he turns.
He turns his head. Yes.
Yes, but when you turn his head turns around.
Yeah. Sometimes when you turn his headband with his eyes there, yeah, it takes the head with it. So, yeah, it's not really a great design. I'll tell you this much. That's kind of a little cheap move there. It's just kind of, I don't even know what you would call that. It's just a peg that's going through, the upper portion of his head, and that's just spinning on that. So, I know Origins is doing what they can to, make this look like the classic set. And there's a lot about these Origins that, I wish they would have the rubber band in there, and I understand probably why they didn't do that. A couple of other things about this figure. He does have a sheath in his armor here, so his sword can go in there. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah.
Cool.
So he can be displayed with his sword back there or in his hands. In his right hand, his left hand is open.
Yeah.
The armor is removable. So like if you wanted to swap out his armor with another character, you could always do that. So not bad, Mattel, but and the colors, Origins colors are really bright, aren't they? Yeah, check out how bright those colors are.
I'm so light, I am floating.
Now, is he your favorite villain? Is he your favorite bad guy?
Well, not really.
Not really? Who's your favorite bad guy?
I don't like any of the bad guys.
Oh,
but
because they're
it's
bad,
only
right?
Tila.
What?
Not Tila.
Tila?
Who's her name?
She-Ra?
No.
Evelyn.
Evelyn.
Evelyn, is she your favorite bad woman, bad girl?
Yeah.
Not bad guy, but of the villains, yeah.
And I put it in my hand. I
Okay.
don't want it. I want it. I want it.
Okay,
I
okay.
just want it.
Let's put Tri-Klops off to the side here. And what are we gonna open next? We got Hordak, Stratos, and Ninjor.
Let me look at them.
You gotta look at them.
Let me look at them. Come on.
Let's see how well Tri-Klops stands up while you're looking at those other figures. So, like the Origins, they're pretty good. Also, I'm going to just mention, the Origins line there. Like I said about the colors, they're very bright, where I think the colors, the vintage line are very subdued. But that may be because I remember them being that way, because, as you were playing with them, they get grimy and dirty and get old, and you threw the figures on the floor. Anyways, that may be just what it is. Maybe they started out bright, but I kind of remember the colors, being not so bold, not so bright. So, Stratos then?
Yep.
Okay.
And look, his feathers on his things are removable.
His feathers on his armor there?
Does he have feathers?
Well, let's take a look. Here. We'll open him up, get Stratos opened up, and I really like Stratos in the Masters of the Universe line. He's the good guy, Winged Warrior they call him. And hang on. So Stratos, his design didn't change much in the 2000X series. He's still got that very cool looking armor, the red armor and the red helmet with the blue eye mask there, and a lot of gray on him too. And so when they had a voice for him in the 2000X series, it was kind of an older guy kind of voice, and I think it was like Scottish, like he spoke with a Scottish accent, which that was kind of a neat idea for him. But yeah, here we go. Let's get Stratos out of there. One of the good guys flies around, saves everyone, and he's got some accessories here. Looks like some wings. We'll get them out of there and see how he's even got a rocket pack, right there on his back. Yeah, so I'm guessing that's how he gets around, and not just flying with feathers, but flying with the rocket boosters. So I'll have you take a look at him while I get these out. What were you gonna say?
He's only the good guy in these characters. He's only the one that.
Oh, of Wave 4. Yeah, of Wave 4, he's the only good guy. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you get, 2 and 2. Sometimes you get, more heroes than villains. But, not complaining. I wonder, should we look at the instructions to see how we get his feathers on?
I can do
You want
it
to look at
all
the instructions? Oh,
No.
you want to just put them on? I think they attach to his wrists.
Wait.
His wrist, that's his shoulder. There's his wrist.
Okay.
Okay. Look at the picture. I think that's the easiest way. They start from his wrist and go back his arm. Yeah. When in doubt, just look at the picture. That'll tell you everything you need to know. Yeah.
I think I got it.
You think? Okay. Why don't I get this?
I can.
It's okay.
And his armor is removable.
His armor is removable. Yes. So that is a neat little feature of Stratos here. And I just like that name, Stratos. You think stratosphere. And so there's our origin Stratos, looking real great. He's got himself a gray beard, gray body, and he's got the red, white, well, not red, white, and blue. It's kind of a gray, white, and blue theme going on here. So
I like his jetpack.
his jetpack, yeah. Flying around with the aid of the jetpack, and he doesn't have any weapons. He doesn't have a sword or anything. You would think that they would give him a sword or some sort of weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess all he needs to do is fly around, right?
Can I
Yeah.
open him?
I'd better
I
open him.
can.
I had better open him. So we've got Hordak up next. Now Hordak in the She-Ra series. And you really like the She-Ra series, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah. Is that your favorite, or you like the He-Man series better?
I like She-Ra.
You like the She-Ra series? Yeah. It was definitely made for the girls, and Hordak was the bad guy in that, but he also makes appearances in the 2000X series and in the comics. So this one is the just the regular Hordak. There's another one out there called Buzzsaw Hordak. That's one we're going to have to find. Yeah. Buzzsaw Hordak. We'll just have to find him out there, and it will make sense when we find him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, he's a little different than Skeletor. In fact, in the comics and in the 2000X series, he's made out to be more powerful than Skeletor. So, yeah. He does have a cape, and it's that molded plastic cape. What do we say about capes, Ellie?
We don't need any capes because
No capes.
if we have a cape and we fly, it'll get caught on a plane or something.
Yeah, we don't want a cape. So why don't you take a look at him? I never had a Hordak figure when I was little. Actually, I didn't really collect the She-Ra series. So yeah, we'll get this weapon out of here. I think he's got himself a crossbow. Kind of like a bow and arrow, but it's one where it springs. So he's got... okay, I kind of remember something similar to this back in the old days. This is supposed to be his crossbow. You just push down on this little molded piece of plastic here when he's got it in his hand, and it fires out, but it's not like it actually fires something out. It just separates,
Can I see
And then he's got this little accessory. I'm guessing that's kind of part of his armor or whatever it might be. Yeah, you can look at the crossbow here. I'll get this on him while you look at the crossbow.
Hey, I think that goes to this.
You think these two things belong together? I think this is part of his armor, actually.
How does he
I think
flash?
it's, let's look at the picture, right? Yeah, it goes on his arm. You see that? It's kind of like a little, friend, kind of like a parrot
Yeah.
someone might have on their shoulder. So that's his little, dragon friend or bats or something kind of friend. It actually has the face of Hordak on it, whatever it is, that little winged creature there. It's Hordak's face. So that's neat.
How
So-
does it puke?
It really doesn't do much. You just you push down on that flat white spot there, and then it should just kind of spring forward, and that's all it does. So you kind of have to be point blank at your enemy to use it. So I tell you, I'm having a lot of trouble getting this little winged creature put together on his arm. It's supposed to kind of hook around and then meet up with itself, but this plastic piece, okay, you really have to force it. And then, of course, when you get it together, it probably will not fit around his hand. Well, no, it will. If you just work it a little, you'll figure it out. So there we go. He's got his little winged creature friend. Actually, I wonder if it says anything on the box about that. No. It just says, fit crossbow in the hand, twist into powerful battle positions. So it says you can twist him and all that. Sure, you can twist him, but he doesn't have that spring action that we so loved in the old days. But not too bad on Hordak. You know, again, like I said, I didn't have this one as a kid. Why don't we put his crossbow in his hands?
Can I try it?
Yeah, it just clips
Yeah.
right into his wrist, right there.
I wish this was like
No.
I wish there was a bone and arrow for this.
Yeah, I know. There's nothing to like shoot out. No, put this in this other hand and leave that one there. So it just,
Clips on.
yeah, on his wrist, way up his wrist, way up here. Yeah, it should just click in there. So, and like anything else, like the Origins, the colors are very bright, and they really stand out.
My guy is gonna kill you.
He's got himself a little bat minion friend, right? Here, let's see how he stands up. Hey, look at his feet. He's got webbed feet, right? We know the bad guys usually had webbed feet, and he's got that same bat symbol,
He's got hit.
on his chest plate there, and, on his boots, and, whoa!
He doesn't have web feet.
No, you're right. Tri-Klops doesn't. He doesn't have web feet, so they didn't stick to that same formula, did they, the whole time? So we've got Ninjor last. We'll see what he's like. Now, I didn't really have a Ninjor either, and he wasn't one of my maybe favorite characters in the Vintage series, but I always knew about him. And of course, ninjas are neat too. They know karate, they know fighting styles, and they know how to sneak around. Yep. He might have a neat weapon. We'll see what he has. What do you think it's going to be, his weapon? You think it's going to be a sword?
I don't.
Yeah, you want to find out, don't you? And the mini comic is all about Ninjor, so
A sword. And
yeah, it looks like it. And he's got a really cool logo there where a dragon is wrapped around a sword. So that's pretty neat.
Just to tell you something.
What's that?
I thought you already had Stratos.
I don't have a Stratos. I have a Eternium Mini of Stratos, but no, I don't have a Stratos. That's first.
Same?
What?
Is it the same
The same?
as that one? Oh, the other one. The other one that you have has web feet, and this one doesn't have web.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about, but there's Ninjor out of the packaging. Now, interesting that he's a ninja and he's got bright red gloves and boots, and a belt there. But usually the ninjas, they like to be, usually in all black, so they can sneak up on people. Why don't you take a look at him and tell me what you think while I get his weapons? And he's got a lot of weapons here, so that's pretty
He
cool.
has web feet too.
He has webbed feet because he's the bad guy. So let's take a look at what they gave us.
Look, I'm hiding over a rock. I have a sword.
So, hang on. I'm going to show everyone the weapons. So he's got a cool looking bow and arrow there. Very technology oriented kind of bow and arrow. He's got a katana sword. And he's got nunchucks. And I'm reminded of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up with them. I grew up with them, and one of them had nunchucks. Michelangelo had those as a weapon, and they were ninjas too. So, and one had katana swords, and one had sais and a bow. So this one has 2 of the 4 weapons they had. So he's got the bow. I'm gonna see if I can't get that in his hand. I don't know if how he grips onto it. But yeah, it's a cool looking design, and he's even got a sheath in the back for the katana sword, and it looks like another one down in there. I'm not sure exactly, if that's supposed to be for this weapon somehow, or the katana, or what it would actually... Oh, there we go. I'll bet I know that the larger one would be for the bow and arrow there. And then the katana sword possibly fits in the sheath that he has. Nope, I'm looking at this and I don't think that's supposed to fit in there. Interesting. So, Ellie's over here playing. It kind of fits in there, I guess, if you set it up that way. Just kind of looks cumbersome. You got the nunchucks?
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at them. Let's see if we can't put them in his hands. Show everyone what they look like. Okay, so that's kind of neat. He's got the nunchucks, and they're a molded plastic chain in there. So I wonder how long those will last until, they kind of wear out. And so he is just ready for war with all these weapons. I'm going to get the katana in his hand there and pose him in that way, actually. So this face that he's got. Let me talk about the whole kind of design of him. I'm really, as far as all these figures, I'm really impressed with how this guy looks. He's got texture on his armor or outfit that he has here. He even has folds in the shoulder there, and this actually kind of looks like it's a textured kind of leather outfit that he's wearing, the shirt and the mask that he's wearing. He's got some head movements, and of course he's got the typical Origins kind of articulation in him, and he's even got the loops of his outfit here, like where his belt would come off of there, kind of like it's waving, but it's all molded plastic. So this is actually a really neat looking figure. What do you think?
Can I check him out?
Check it out. Yeah. So
the sword goes in here?
Yeah, it goes in that smaller shape, but it doesn't really, it sort of works. I guess that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, and then you could put a nunchuck in both his hands so he can be posed that way. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Yeah, let's pose him like that. Let me show the camera.
I'm going to take my phone and I really can't.
Well, his hands are already used. Okay, so Ellie, let's put him out here so we can display him with all of the rest of the figures there. Oh, did you find another way for him to hold the bow? I don't think that'll work. It's kind of like pointed back at himself.
But why is there a handle here?
I don't know. Maybe, you know what? I'll bet his hand does go on that handle, but I'll bet it goes in this sort of way. Kind of like that.
Yes,
so
but...
he's carrying it.
Yes, but it's kind of... If you do it that way, it's kind of like pointing at him.
Right, it doesn't make any sense, does it?
Yeah, why is it there? It's supposed to be like that.
I will not stoop to the level of looking at the instructions, right? Will you?
Mm-mm.
No, we're just going to find a way that he works, and we're going to display him that way.
Yeah, we're going to look at a picture of him. Kinda.
Okay, why don't we put him out here with the other Origins figures?
Okay.
Tell everyone what we think.
Down here. I want to
Whenever you're ready, Ellie.
Okay.
Okay, let's set him out here.
Can I set him?
If you can set him right next to Hordak. Careful, careful.
I don't think he really stands up well.
Yeah, you did pretty well there, actually. So, we've got Wave 4 unboxed, ready for the shelf. And what do you think, Ellie? Which one's your favorite? I think I know.
I like all of them.
You like all of them, but if you had to pick one, Ninjor, really?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking it was going to be Tri-Klops.
I just like both of them.
Both of them? Did Tri-Klops kind of let you down? You were expecting more from Tri-Klops? Yeah, I know. They kind of cheapened Tri-Klops there, didn't they?
Yeah,
So-
they both look so cool.
Oh, well, no big deal. I like Ninjor a lot in this wave. I think he's got a lot of really
Yeah.
cool weapons there. They just did a really great job for what Origins is, for a $15, $20 toy line. Not too bad. I do like the color schemes that they've got going here too. Very bright colors. Maybe they could have used the subdued colors like in the vintage line, but that's okay. They want to make things new and fresh. And you see that these two bad guys kind of have the same color scheme
Yeah.
going on, red and black going on. So that's all right, Ellie. We've got Wave 4 unboxed. So are you excited to get them home and display them with all the rest of the Origins?
Yes!
Yeah, maybe we'll get them with Castle Grayskull and make a really big play set with them.
Yeah.
We haven't done that yet, getting them all out. And we've still got Wave 5 to unbox in another episode, so that's going to be excited to see all these. Our Masters of the Universe collection is growing and growing all the time, and we're so glad that you're here for us on another episode of the Monster Report. And, Ellie, what do we say at the end of the He-Man episodes?
Until next time.
Until next time.